Today's I Can statement is I can pass a basketball by having my thumbs down, step, and push.
Hi friends. We are going to work on passing today. And that's going to look a little different than if we were in person. So we'll go through some different ways to practice and just do what you can do based on what kind of space you have and what kind of ball you have. When we pass though, the main passes I want to focus on would be a chest pass or a bounce pass or an overhead pass, because they all have a few things in common. Your thumbs will be down. So when I'm holding the ball, you can see my thumbs are down here. So my thumbs are down. When I start at a chest pass, we start with the ball right here at our chest. And if I were passing it to a teammate, they're gonna catch it at their chest. So that pass goes straight from my chest to their chest. It does not go in a rainbow shape or down at the ground. So thumbs down is something that happens in all of the passes. Step, you notice every time I'm showing this, I'm stepping at my target. You want to use some of your body weight and your force. So as from a side view, I'm here and then I step at my target. And then push. You're pushing with your arms. You're using your muscles, your chest, and you're pushing the ball. So as I mentioned, we have a chest pass where we start like this. We have a bounce pass where we start down here. We start at our stomach and we throw it kind of diagonally towards the ground. And then we have an overhead pass up here. The ball would be over my head. And I'm going to try to throw it straight again at my target. So I'm going to show you some of those to the wall first. All right, as for equipment and your working space, if you have a ball that is light, that's going to be best for inside practice today. So if I'm assuming you're probably inside, this is like a playground, like a 4-square ball. But even one of those I've mentioned from like a grocery store, the rubber balls that are really light, is going to be best for inside work. If you get outside, or maybe if you can go up to somewhere where there's just like a brick wall, maybe the back of your garage, that would be fine if you have a basketball. So you're just going to want to think about what kind of ball can safely move wherever I am. Last week when we were dribbling, we were able to use a smaller ball. Small balls really don't work well for passing today. I'm not saying you can't, I'm just saying it's hard to get your hands on a small tennis ball. I did link a fitness workout, so if you're having a hard time with your equipment, make sure you can just go ahead and do some PE with that link if you're having a hard time with where to practice and what to practice with. But so my friends that have a ball and a place to practice, we're gonna practice against the wall first. We're gonna do a chest pass. I'm gonna start kind of close to the wall. So like I'm close enough where I could touch it, like one fingertip away. And I'm going to pass at the ball kind of lightly at first because it's gonna bounce right back at me. I'm gonna pretend like I'm doing my chest pass. So I'm throwing it straight at the wall. It's gonna bounce back and I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna put my foot out and I'm just gonna do this. Once I get the hang of it, then you can kind of back up and do step, thumbs down, push. You want to work on straight. We're not doing like way up like this. We want our ball to go straight. Once again, as you get more comfortable, back up some more. So first thing I want you to do, practice chest pass. Close, easy, soft, back up as you go. I want you to spend, I don't know, 3-4 minutes practicing your chest pass. Okay, now I want you to practice your bounce pass. Same type of practice, but now you're going down at the ground. You cannot start too close for this one. So if I'm this close, I can't really bounce past it. It's just gonna wrap backward. So I need to give myself enough space. Ball's gonna hit the ground, bounce off the wall, come back to me. concentrating on both of my thumbs down, elbows are out. I was just thinking, gosh, I wish I could just pass it right at the screen without hitting my phone. But so my hands are like this, and I'm pushing down diagonally. So if you watched me from the side, it's going like that. Foot out. As for backing up, you can back up some. Obviously, I'm trying to stay in the camera stream, but bounce passes aren't meant to go really far away, nor are chest passes. You have to be kind of close for those. If you have a really far pass, you're gonna practice like a baseball pass, which we are not gonna practice today, but if you had a really far pass, that's what you'd be doing. So I want you to spend another 3-4 minutes doing your bounce pass to a wall. I was just thinking, I had you passing against the wall. Of course, if you have a partner that you could practice that bounce pass or chest pass with, that would be great instead of a wall. You could do both if you have a choice for both. But yes, if you have a partner doing your bounce pass and your chest pass with them, would be that would be great practice also. The next thing we're going to practice is a bounce pass. You can see I moved my camera because you're gonna need a little more space. You're gonna need, I would say, if you're inside, at least go like this and then 2 of these. So like here and then here. So you need about enough space to take a few shuffles. So maybe hallway, if you can clear out some space in your living room, if you can get outside. Once again, if this is an activity that you can't do, just skip this one and move on to something that you can. We're gonna practice our bounce pass to ourselves. We're actually gonna be also working on our speed and agility, working on coordination because we're gonna pass it and then we're actually gonna try to catch it. So that's what we're doing in this activity. So you're going to start with your ball. You're gonna get ready, you're gonna bounce pass it, and then you're gonna run around and catch it. So your first pass is gonna be really soft. So I'm getting ready, I'm just gonna bounce it, catch it. So I'm kind of running around, getting behind, catching that ball. When I bounce pass, don't lose your form. So don't start doing this weird stuff. You still want elbows out, thumbs down. You're just not pushing really hard. So I'm here, I'm gonna push, run around, catch. Push, run around, catch. So if you can find the space and you have the equipment, go ahead and work on bounce pass to yourself. Oh man, I must be getting warm. I took my sweater off. We're gonna do another drill where you're passing to yourself, working on your agility, actually even working on your shuffling sideways and catching. This pass, I really wouldn't have taught it if we were in the gym together. However, it's something that you can do to improve your coordination, something you can do on your own. So we're gonna give it a try. You're gonna need space to shuffle, okay? So you need space to shuffle a ball that bounces. We're actually gonna do kind of like a little side pass. Once again, not something normally for elementary age basketball players, but we're gonna use the ball. We're gonna bounce it with one hand. I have the ball in my right hand to the side, and I'm gonna shuffle, catch it with the other hand, bounce it, shuffle, catch it. So I'm alternating hands, working on my coordination, working on my shuffling, passing and catching. So we'll give it a try. So ball's on the outside. I'm gonna pass it to this side, shuffle, catch, shuffle, catch. Keep your chest forward, do not turn and run. Also, do not cross your feet. Keep your shuffle like this. This is actually another basketball skill, a defensive shuffle. We'll talk about that soon. But you wanna work on chest forward, don't cross your feet, bounce, shuffle, catch. Just like in the last one, if you wanna push harder, pass faster, move your feet quicker, great. You're working on your speed and agility. That would be fantastic. But for my beginners, just go ahead and push that ball softly. Go ahead and practice that. Okay, the last practice I have for you is going to be an overhead pass to the wall. So that's why I've got this weird angle. I'm gonna start with the ball up here over my head. I'm not gonna go way back like this, because in a real game, if I do this, an opponent is probably gonna grab it from behind. So I've got the ball here over my head, thumb still pointed down, and I'm gonna just bounce it off the wall. Once again, working on my hand-eye coordination, using the pads of my fingers to touch the ball, not straight fingers, not the palm of my hand. My finger pads are holding the ball. And I'm just gonna do this. Nice and easy at first. Once you get comfortable, you could take a step away. You can't see, but I put my one foot out because we know when we're passing, we want one of our feet out to help with that force. And this is another drill where you can, I don't know if I can show you, but you can move farther and farther away. Work on using those hands the same, like lateral movement. You don't want one arm going, not the other. You want them to move together. So if you have the space and the equipment, go ahead and practice your overhead pass.